Good morning, everybody. I hope you slept well. I hope you're feeling well today, and if you're not, you know how to feel good. We're going to say the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I went to a car show last night. It was nice seeing some of the people here on the channel. It's nice seeing some of the subscribers that I've never met before recognize me in public and be respectful and come up to me and say hi. I really appreciate that. It was very nice cars at the car show. Took Grand Marquis and we went and looked at some really nice cars. I was asked to show a few products, or to purchase a few products, and I got this company called Auto Glim. I got some rapid ceramic spray and some car glass polish. I've never tried glass polish before, so we're going to give it a go. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it or not, but it says it's made in Great Britain, and the gentleman here on the channel really likes the stuff, so I ordered some to give it a review. A little bit of a shop update. The rack finally came in for that 2014 Cadillac ATS. It finally came in. This little Honda Civic ended up getting, I think it was a timing belt, plugs, valve cover gasket, valve cover, rear drums, rear shoes, front brakes, front rotors, front pads. And this was an entire maintenance bug, but this hasn't been maintenanced in like 80,000 miles or something, they said. So they just went through and did everything. Flushed the power steering and stuff in it. This guy's giving this car to his daughter. She's going to college, so he wanted everything taken care of for her so she didn't have to worry about anything. Again, like air filter, all kinds of stuff. This car's, it had tons of work done to it over the last couple days. What else do we got going on here? I had a subscriber drop off a Ford Escape for me. It has evap issues. Something I think is wrong with the tank or the charcoal canister. This is really nice Ford Escape over here. 11 model. Let's see what else I got here. This Buick LaCrosse had a radiator, took a shit in it. So they had to pull a radiator and stuff out of it yesterday and do all that. Put a new radiator in it. Got it. I'm trying to get this customer back up and going. This was a last minute thing. It was kind of an emergency. This 4300 International came in. And we had to do an oil change on it. We had to change air filter and stuff on it. I think there was a pulley that went bad on it, so we went ahead and serviced that. Got that up for the company. The BMW is finished. We finished the exhaust manifolds yesterday morning. The exhaust manifolds needed to be resealed, so we got all the gaskets and stuff in that. This is the one that had the bad computer in it that the customer dropped off and wanted to just sell. He didn't want to put the money into it. Yeah, so we fixed every single thing on this car. So this customer, he ended up buying it from another customer for $1,000. Then he put $800 into the computer. And once the car was up and running and we knew that it was a good car that would run, he put another $800 in random repairs for the AC and sensors and stuff that were acting up, and evap system. So at that point he had $2,600 in the car. And then he put another $800 in resealing exhaust manifolds and studs and everything else on it. So $3,400 for this car. It's like an 07, I think. And everything's like new now. Previous owner had already done struts and tires and brakes. No, we did the brakes for the guy with part of that second series of $800 that he bought. 8, 16, 24, 34. So $3,400 is what he has in the car, and it is up, running, driving, no codes, no nothing. Oh yeah, previous owner also did aluminum pan upgrade for the transmission. Got rid of the plastic, went to the aluminum upgrade. and new gasket for that, all new fluid and stuff. Transfer case was serviced by the previous owner before the computer took a crap and then he bailed on it. So this guy got this car, basically everything that'll need to be done for at least the next 50,000 miles taken care of for $3,400. So yeah, this town car is by a dealer. They dropped it off because it was having they weren't sure about how it was downshifting and then upshifting between 40 and 60 mile an hour. I made a small modification to the tail shaft that some transmission builders will do, where they will actually take and shave off like 1/8 of an inch on the tail shaft, then put the drive shaft back in, and it gives it a little bit more relief for the drive shaft to slide back and forth. Sometimes they, on the Econolines, like to bind up, and that gives just a little bit of a relief area to stop them from binding. I know this is a town car, but same principle. I could not necessarily verify that there was an issue, but I put that relief in it just to make sure that if there was that, that's the only common denominator. Transmission's new in this town car, ignition coils, spark plugs. Rear end is out of a 2005 town car, but it's a 2009. The car's just immaculate. It looks like it's out of Arizona. There's not a speck of rust on the car at all. So that actually sold to a guy down in Florida. So he's got, I think, a couple of these town cars. This is done, ready to go back to the customer. Put a transmission in it because internal TCM circuit fault failure, and got some programming we got to do on this, and that's it. Just configuration programming, and it's ready to go. It's shifting and driving and everything now. So that's kind of a quick update around the shop, just what's going on around here, and let's check the other side real quick. What do we have here? Okay, so this was the Passat that had the bad computer. I got a new computer put in it, and now it's actually shifting and stuff like that. The computer in this Volkswagen Passat is actually in the passenger side floor under the carpet. So whenever the water drains into the car, HVAC box fills up, or the sunroof drains or something like that, it will get down into the underneath the carpet, and it will destroy the automatic transmission control module. So the automatic transmission control module in this car took a shit. The actual circuitry for the ATC or ATM, automatic transmission control module, ATCM. Actually, I opened the computer up and the circuitry was burned in one spot, and that was for the shifter linkage. This is a gentleman that he has given this car to his son, and it's got a new turbo on it. Bunch of new stuff, but rear sway bar bushings have collapsed and it's tapping over bumps, and the only way Volvo sells that, they said, is you got to get a whole new sway bar. So I got the sway bar for it in. The turbo inlet boot cracked, and they could not give me the proper one, and I kept telling them the one you sent me is the wrong one, and they were like, by VIN, that's the one that, it's this ridiculously long inlet, rubber boot and hose assembly induction tube that goes to the turbo. I said, it's not the right one. I'm telling you, it's not the right one. So then I went on FCP Europe, found the right part number for the one I needed, gave them the part number, like, well, we'll order this for you. It's going to take a couple days. And sure enough, it came in. It was the right one. And that boot was all cracked up, sucking in a bunch of false air that the computer couldn't monitor, and it fixed all the rough running. So it ended up getting front brakes and rotors, because they were just wore plumb out, and ended up getting a PCV hose, not PCV, purge valve hose. It rotted out on this thing, which is common on these cars. And then it ended up getting damn it, I forget what else it ended up getting. It's got a few things in it. Transmission mount arm is wore out in this thing. It's just clicking back and forth whenever you shift it and drive. Shift it in reverse, you can see it shift. Instead of it just making a little bit of movement like normal, it goes dum 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 dum, and it bangs back and forth. So got that lined out for the guy. So this is all good. His son's going to college in this. You guys remember this? The Nissan NV 3500 with like 30-some thousand miles on it that had the sludged up engine. We finally got money to go ahead and get started on it, so I'm ordering an engine today to get this going. Yep, so we will proceed forward with that. The guy just dropped the check off after well over a year. It's been in my possession, and I finally got money for it. So we'll get an engine put in that here soon. This is a diesel Volkswagen Touareg. It needs all glow plugs. I don't think we got the parts in for it yet. Sunroof, or the drain popped off the sunroof, needed to be put back on. It was like spewing water all over the top of the car. This here, say 330 CI. This one had convertible top issues. We fixed that. 330 CI, convertible top issues, bad connection, blown fuse. The top needed like more of a dry film silicone spray, so we had to lube up the pivot points and stuff. Now that's all working fine. Now the gentleman wants an alignment, so we got to do an alignment before it goes back. And you guys know this car. This is my other car, one of my other my other Panthers. This one got a complete system brake flush yesterday, and we had to bleed it over and over and over and over and over and over again. I think we ended up bleeding it like 4 times, with the last one being a manual bleed, and then there was a couple computer service bleeds. The computer service bleeds were just making it worse, and then the regular manual bleed actually got it almost right on par where it needed to be. So still a little soft spot at the top, but I noticed with a lot of these Panthers, they're kind of like that. So yeah, this one's finished now. It's all new fluid and stuff in it. And we're waiting for this guy to come pick up. This sent it up. It's a Volkswagen diesel wagon, and it runs very, very well. Very nice car. 700 miles to a tank, he said. Just got a new turbo. Turbo finally went out. Had like 270,000 miles or something like that. Yep, that's our shop car for sale. If anybody's interested, I don't know. I'll come down on the price a little bit. I was asking $7 for it, but it's got a bunch of work. I forget which one it is. Maybe it's this one. This one ended up just getting a new engine. This is from Eric from I Do Cars. This one just got a new engine. It's got updated timing chain, oil pump, all kinds of stuff. New pistons, and the new updated engine. I think new CV axle. Anyhow, I wanted $7 for it because we have like 48 in it. Plus, that's plus labor. If somebody gave me $6, I'd sell this car. Yeah, $6,000 will get this car, and I think the Subaru Tribeca from the other side, I'm going to drop the price to $6,000 for it as well, just to get them out of here. They run good, awesome cars. Hope you all have a great day. That's the shop update. Be blessed.